Hi, I'm Jason Sterling, and we are going to start this morning here with Trey redoing his bathroom real quick. We're working on his bathroom. But, hey, has anybody heard any big news? So yesterday, they announced, well, they didn't really announce it. They drop hinted it, kind of. A new expansion pack we all knew was coming is going to be set at Henford on Bagley, which is a definite sort of hint that it's going to be an English sort of countryside town, I guess. Almost certainly farming and ferries from other hints. More information is coming on Thursday the 10th. I might cover that to some extent in my video. I have a video coming out on Thursday. I don't know. Depends on how early it comes out. Don't know how I'll handle that, but a video is coming out at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time in the United States, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. That's my time here in the United States. And it looks like an English country town. That's all I really can say. Also, it would seem to be probably pretty guaranteed that vehicles are coming, cars are coming in the future. By the way, if you see here me with Trey, I'm actually play testing that closet to make sure it works. There was a little problem with the clothes on the left. They have to be turned a certain way. So you can flip them either way for display, but if you want to use them, they have to be turned a specific way with the hat facing out. Okay, so cars seem to be coming as well. There's a big hint. Henford on Bagley refers to Henry Ford, and he made his first car on Bagley Avenue. So we think that's coming as well. What's coming right now is you see down those stairs. I'm working on this build. I'm trying to play test this, and who is standing down there like some sort of murderer out of a horror film at the bottom of the stairs? So I go down there and I'm just like, listen, do you have a death wish? Do you want to wake up in a 1x1 room? No toilet, no doors, no windows, no food, no nothing until you are dead. A little pile of your own piddle, dead in it in the middle of the floor. So I'm explaining that to her, that as nicely as I can. That it is nothing personal. I just hate her. Hate her coming in my apartment, uninvited, sitting on my furniture, using my sink to wash her hands in. All of that. What's wrong with this woman? No, I don't know what to do with her. Except just constantly be mean to her until she's gone. Which happens here. She's gone. Yay. Goodbye. I really need to get ready for the next day. We have a big project coming this next day. I think I selected it coming up here a little bit later. There's my boyfriend taking out the garbage. He's always, there doing little things in the hall, waiting for me to interact. The project today is going to be another level challenge, another level renovation. Now, the first one, I got there, I'm a little surprised that there's only $2,000 or $2,300 for this huge level. And so I'm kind of like, well, screw that. I'm going to just give them a bathroom and they're going to like it. And they didn't like it. Instead, I got like zero pay and a drop in reputation. So, okay. This time, though, we're going to do an entire level and we're going to stay in budget. Because actually I did another level too. I did another level with a pool. And I sold everything. So, of course, that inflates your budget like crazy. Which I actually think is by design. I think the Sims team knows that when you go in to renovate, you're going to sell a lot of stuff. Because whenever you delete something, it sells it. So I think they know that. And that's why the budgets sometimes seem really low. Is because of that reason. Because when you sell stuff, your budget's going to go up more to what you would expect for a job of the size you're doing. So I did a pool renovation. I did sell off everything, and it came out great. Right, I had a huge budget. But this time I am going to not do that. We're going to stay in budget. So the budget's like about $2,337 or something like that, and we're going to stay in budget. And see how it goes. And I think, here's the deal. Here's my thought with that. The thought is, there's a lot you can do with paint, right? Don't you, like on one of those shows, like, hey, we got a real small budget, but there's a lot you can do with paint. We're going to change a lot of colors. We're going to use the existing furniture. But we're going to allow kind of changing the colors on that, changing the colors on the floor. But we're going to try not to spend more than $2,300. And we'll see how that goes. Here, of course, boyfriend behind door number 2, Patrick, has kind of come over, spent the evening in their customary fashion, and is hanging out. I really needed my sim to eat something before he goes to bed, simply because I'm not taking care of his needs very well. Patrick hung around a little bit, and he made coffee and then left. And he didn't drink any of the coffee, which is why I'm going to sell that coffee pot. That's why I usually don't use them. Sims go around making coffee and stuff all the time. Don't drink it. It turns into a stinking mess, and it's out. It's out. I'm going to turn it into something else I'll use. But I wake up here, and my cat's gone. My cat's run away, which, is almost like PTSD. It really is. People complain about stuff in The Sims all the time. I'm like, hey, that gives me PTSD. My cat can't even be gone for 10 minutes, and I'm panicked. Like I'm looking around. Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? And when you can't find him, and you do find him, you're like, oh, I love you so much. Give him a bunch of treats. Anyway, okay, we're here. We do the normal thing. We get their likes and dislikes. We send them away. Now they like video games, which they already have, and they like the color green. And they don't like reading. So one of the first things I do is I do delete the bookshelf. I'm like, why the hell you got a bookshelf with books on it you don't like to read? I'll just get rid of that. That's one thing I get rid of. And then because I forgot, and it adds money, but I still don't spend over the $2,300 limit. And from there on out, anything I'm absolutely not going to use, I start piling in the entryway. And then at the end where I can see, I'm still under my $2,300 limit. I'm still under budget. Then I just delete and sell everything off. The one thing here is, we know they like video games. So I'm not going to get rid of any of the video game stuff. They've got a lot of video game kind of art and stuff on the walls. Now, some people might argue with that and say, no. I mean, if they say they like video games, you literally have to put in, I guess, a computer or a video game system or whatever. Maybe the big video game console thing. I disagree. I don't have anything to back up my disagreement except personal belief, but I think that I'm going to keep their video game art and, hope that ties into it too. I think that's kind of telling you, don't delete their art. They like it. Hell, one of them signed by the Simmers, right? So I think that does tie into it. I'm going to keep that with their video gaming. And then the other thing we really do know is they like the color green. Again, I've heard some complaints about that. Like all the people redecorating got was a color, or a couple of colors. That is oftentimes what decorating is. That ties a lot into people's preferences is color. And we're going to make a huge change in this apartment just knowing that they like green. So that's why I start on here. I start changing colors, rearranging the furniture. We're trying to keep most everything. We do not have a lot of money to add stuff. That green rug there, I tried so hard because it is in green. I tried so hard to make it work. I never really got it to work. I ended up, you'll see later, I ended up actually hiding it under another rug because I didn't want to delete it. I didn't want to worry about, paying attention to the money, make sure it doesn't change. And so I just stuck it under another rug. Which is a very clever, thing to do, right? I think. Just can't get rid of it. Just stick it under here. I guess I could in the future make closets. So maybe I can make a closet and shove everything in the closet we're not going to use. We go through here, do a lot of color changing on the walls. Again, cheap and easy. In real life and in game. We're just really getting started. I rearranged a lot of the furniture. I would say here, where the white wall, where I just painted the wall white. I didn't realize they had a kid. Okay, I knew they have a baby because there's a bassinet in the master bedroom, right? But I didn't know they had a kid. If I'd known they had a kid, I might have done things differently. I probably would have framed out part of that area as a small kid's room. That's probably what I would have done. You can see here the big thing I did was add lighting. I made a huge difference in that kitchen. This whole apartment was so dark. It's like most of it was lit by candles, like it was the 1800s or something. ridiculously dark. So I add lighting. I try changing those columns. This does not work. Where I change the color, it changes back. I can't delete it. I can't get rid of it. So we'll look at a solution for that here in a little bit. Like I said, as a decorator, I identify problems and create solutions. In the bedroom, again, it's a question of lightening everything up. And you can see here where I start moving stuff into the entryway. There are so many things from the bedroom I'm not going to use and no way of hiding them. So I just start moving it into the entryway, piling it in there. The bedroom is where I do spend a lot of our money. Outside of lighting and maybe like one decorative kind of setup, the big thing I spend money on is creating a modular closet. I kind of felt like if this was real life and they don't have a closet in this apartment, right, that I would probably build them sort of a closet. And I do kind of a pseudo walk-in closet. I don't completely frame it all the way to the ceiling because I still want to leave a feeling of space. I don't want to close that room in too much. But I kind of frame it out a little bit, and then you've got an area kind of to tuck the baby's bassinet, like almost like a nursery. If I'd had more money, I would have framed it out as a nursery, maybe with some stuff on the walls and maybe a mock counter where you could change them, stuff like that. As it is, though, I do frame out a closet there, and then I do a lot more just changing the color, making the art bigger, stuff like that in this master bedroom. The windows, while I'm placing the curtains there, I changed the windows using Tool Mod. We'll see that at the end. I make some big changes with the windows. In the bathroom, I grabbed the tile naturally from Courtyard Oasis, change everything to green. Right now, the wall tile is still blue, but I change it to green later. And the sink and toilet in this bathroom come in green. So I didn't even have to replace those. I could just change the color to green. I did add, initially, another sink and another mirror. That's just an initial add. I ended up having to get rid of it because I can't afford it. No, well, not with some other stuff I wanted to do. So, as you can see, things are already making a big change. Now, when we do the reveal pictures, oh my God, it's so big. That's what he said. Ba-bum ching. But no, it was such a big change. And so I'm just doing some finishing out work here. I'm not sure how much long, there's not much time left in this speed build. I try again to use that rug, that green rug. It just does not work. Do a few minor changes. Again, like I said, we keep their art. We change the frames to white because I want it to be much brighter. That's how I solved the column. Right there. Frame it out with drywall. Cost me a little bit of money to do it, but I was sick of that column. So framed it out with drywall, put a decorative thing in front of it. And with the windows, I used the Tool Mod to pull them all into the room. The one was broken, you saw, so I needed to do that anyway just to fix it because game-wise it was broken. I thought, well, while I'm doing this anyway, I'm going to change all these windows to white. That's a little bit of a cheat because, yes, I know, Tool Mod, being a mod, is not in the game. But, I think in real life I could repaint the interior of the windows, and so that's what I did. In the entryway, I start deleting all the stuff we're not going to use because we're done. We're calling them back. I do keep the old dresser, those candles, and that rug as kind of a little entryway setup, which I think works okay. Kind of an eclectic looking entryway setup. It was fine. The host reveal comes. That's where I first learned they have a third child, or a second child, third kind of person in the household. I don't know where she sleeps. Not on that hard-ass looking sofa, I hope. But here we are with our reveal. Ta-da! It is a remarkable change. And again, most of this is just color, you guys. This is the same furniture. We just are changing the color and creating a new look. I go through, do the regular sort of talking to people, thinking, yeah, I should have built that kid's room. So the other thing I'm thinking right about now while I'm doing this. And I'm also still sad. My cat's still gone. I'm still sad, still worried about my cat. But I think it looks great. We did great. We got a good payout. Got a significant boost to our reputation. I know it's time to head home and mope. Head home and mope about the fact that our cat's gone. And what can I say? I don't blame him for moping. I'd mope too. While he's kind of doing his normal daily routine getting home, again, several of his motives I think are getting low. I gotta stop being a workaholic with my sim. I'm gonna give him a chance to rest. I had invited Patrick over. I lined up a whole bunch of interactions with him, right? He just leaves. I'm like, where are you going? You don't have a job. Where are you going? You have nothing to get to. Nothing. I'm in a moment of crisis here. Just take off. Take off then. So off he goes. I'm going to go through my normal stuff. I send a text out or something, like a text, I guess, or something to the other Trey. Like, I need a build on there. That'll teach Patrick a lesson. He's going to leave when I'm having a crisis, a little cat crisis. Just going to text the other guy behind door number 3. Text him. But, of course, then I run into him later in the hall and just fall into my old patterns. Doesn't matter how bad you treat me. So, anyway, after this, I send him down to the plaza to look for his cat. I don't think that actually works in game, does it? I don't think it does. But I send him down there anyway because that's what I would do in real life. And he kind of interacts a little bit. I was going to have him watch the protest. Protest leaves. It's over as soon as I get there. So I have him flirt with people a little bit, but that doesn't go real well either. Maybe because he's in such a miserable mood or something. But the guy in the black vest there kind of gives me the overall thing, talk to the hand, I'm out. Thanks for your interest. So that's it, I'm just kind of hanging out. I do get an offer of another job, which will probably be coming along soon in my list of stuff to do. I don't know if we ever run out of jobs. It'll be interesting to see. But who's back? My cat. He did show back up, so maybe that helps. Maybe it does help to go out and look for them. Because I'm out looking for him, and here he comes. He walks right up. He's like, hey, here I am. What did you need? And I do the normal, I love you so much. Please don't ever disappear again. Which I've done with my own cat. Like I said, if he's gone for 10 minutes, I'm like, where is he? Where is he? I'm running around yelling for him, Oh my God, I hope he didn't get out. My cat's an indoor cat. So I'm like, oh my God, I hope he didn't get out. Where could he be? Where could he be? And everything pretty much ends well. All's well that ends well. Like I said, we've got ends well too because the new expansion pack is coming. It's been officially announced, essentially. I mean, we don't know exactly what it is, but it's officially announced because of the postcards and things that went out to the big game changers and to then to the rest of us via the Sims forum and stuff like that. So it's coming. I'm really excited about that. I'm excited about this too. I'm selecting the next gig. I think the first time I've done a room that's specified, which is a kitchen. And so I'm really excited to try that. That's another one I'm going to stay in budget. We're not going to sell things off. We're going to do it because the kitchen's harder because of appliances and stuff, but we're going to do it in budget. So that's the next time of what we're going to do. And next time, like I said, maybe if I'm recording this late enough in the day, then I'll have some stuff to say about the video that's coming. We'll see. Here's our next gig, though, at the top of the world at Uptown. Really moving up in the world to Uptown. Big penthouse. Super cool. That's the kitchen. Super awful. Super ugly. I don't know if we didn't have dishwashers when this was first built by Maxis, but there's not even a dishwasher in this penthouse kitchen. Yeah, okay, sure. So we do that. I get inspired to work on my own kitchen a little bit. Love how country kitchen really works well there with kind of a modern look, don't you think? That's the only color I felt like worked well. And then we go on a date with ourselves. Trey is going to get to know Trey. Who better to get to know better than yourself? And Sawyer shows up. Sawyer's my favorite NPC character. So glad he dropped by. My favorite. Boyfriend number 1, behind door number 1, boyfriend shows up to let me know that he saw my failures on Failures and Flops. Thanks a lot. That really helped. I'm sure he was trying to help there, but that's why I'm looking for a third boyfriend. So anyway, thanks for watching today. It's been great having you, and I look forward to seeing you on Thursday.